So the first question.
Queenie, first question, what inspires you to embrace Islam?
First of all, I testified when I was 8 years old, I think, because of the influence of my father. But I never understood what Islam was really about. And I don't blame my father because he's a very busy man. And just recently, my mother, nag-start siya pwede mag-Tagalog?
Yeah, sure.
Nag-start siya mag-practice, nag-aral ng Islam and everything. And umuwi ako doon and she started preaching to me, making dawah to me about Islam. And lagi niya akong winu-warn na, kasi talagang haram. Haram means forbidden. Sa isang babae na maging artista kasi, lahat ng aura mo, pinapakita mo. Kasi ang isang Muslim na babae, napaka-modest. And ang babae sa Islam is parang jewel. Talagang inaalagaan siya. And it's, if you're a real Muslimah, you would feel humiliated when you have like short clothes on and my mom was saying, because when you die, you will be asked so many questions in your grave, and what will you answer? When you're doing haram stuff, and what will you answer? And it got me thinking, and every night before I go to sleep, am I really, is what I'm doing right? And then I started having an interest about Islam, and she taught me, and then, I don't know, something, I think I had a calling or something. And then I decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to live my life according to Islam. And according to the Sunnah of Prophet ﷺ. I don't know the feeling. I don't know. It's really, I can't explain it. You know, my life in showbiz, I was very unhappy. I was very unhappy. I was lost. And I always felt like I never belonged. But now that Allah is in my life, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, I'm so happy and content with my life. Allahu Akbar, I'm really happy because, you know, Allah chooses whom He guides. And alhamdulillah, it's a blessing for me. Because I'm being guided by Him, alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. And after a while, you know, I started gaining more knowledge about Islam. And I talked to my father. I said, Baba, I want to perform Hajj. And it was, you know, it was a very, it was a decision that I made after Ramadan. And we just came from Mindanao, and we distributed relief goods to different orphanages. And so the secretary of my dad called NCMF, and she organized everything, and it was very, we were very worried because they said that all the entries has been closed, so we could not apply. But then she talked to one person there that was a friend of my dad, and they said, oh no, we can open it for you. And I was like, alhamdulillah. And so we applied, and I was so excited. But everyone around me was saying, oh, don't expect too much, because sometimes, you know, things don't work out, and things go wrong, and so you have to just don't expect anything, and just be content when you're already in Medina, in Makkah. Yeah. And alhamdulillah, the first time I stepped on Medina, I saw the Prophet ﷺ's mosque. I was so emotional, and I felt so blessed because I was, you know, it was a dream come true. But I was really kind of upset because I couldn't perform Rauda for personal reasons, and I was really sad. But my friends were saying, "Don't worry, maybe it's not your time yet, and inshallah you will come back and perform Rauda," because they were all like saying to me when they came out, they were like, "Oh, we felt Prophet Muhammad ﷺ so near," and I was like, "Oh, I wanted to feel his presence," and I didn't, and I was like, "Oh, inshallah, I will come back here, inshallah."
Who is Queenie when you, after Hajj, when you go back to the Philippines?
You know, I wanted to perform Hajj because I wanted to be, first I wanted to complete the 5th pillar of Islam, which is to perform Hajj, and I wanted to be more closer to Allah, and inshallah my Hajj will be accepted and I will be free from sin. I think, and I wanted to start a new life, free from sins, and I thought to myself, maybe Hajj will also help me move on properly, because when you come back home, you're like a newborn baby.
So you will be quitting showbiz?
Yes, actually I have quit. It's been like 8 months since my last appearance on TV.
So how was the feeling? You mentioned a while ago your feeling when you were in Mecca. Did you expect that feeling before you arrived in Saudi Arabia? Or you have a different feeling when you are inside?
I think every Muslim feels that when you first time you step in Haram and you see the Kaaba. Oh my gosh, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. So a feeling that I cannot express, but you cannot, you know, there's this urge that makes you want to cry, and I don't know, and I think it's the feeling, wow, I'm so close to Allah, and I felt so, you know, I'm such a sinful person, and yet Allah invited me to His house. I'm so close to Him, and you know, I felt so lucky because so many people save up so much money to be there, and they sleep in the masjid, and they don't have no place to stay just to perform Hajj. Allahu Akbar. And you see that their level of iman, Allahu Akbar, they'd sacrifice everything just to perform Hajj. And I felt so lucky because I got a good accommodation and I didn't need to save up money. Allahu Akbar.
What can you say about the people out there about Islam?
You know, Islam is really a religion of peace. And I really got to performing Hajj also made me realize that. Because people come together helping each other from different countries, different races, just to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm just so happy to be a Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
If your dad is here right now, what would you tell him?
I just want to thank my father for giving me the opportunity to perform Hajj, and that I love him so much, and that I'm happy because without my father I wouldn't have been a Muslim.
What will be your plan after Hajj?
I want to go back to college and finish my studies, and inshallah I will also study Islamic studies, inshallah, in the future,
So, ibig
and learn
sabihin,
more about Islam.
ibig sabihin tuloy-tuloy na ang paghinto mo sa showbiz?
But I want to live my life according to the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. According to Islam, I want to live my life the Islamic way.
You know.
And I hope, because I hope that people from the youth, and people from my age, will get to experience or perform Hajj at this age, because so many perform Hajj at an old age, and if you have an opportunity at your youth to perform Hajj, please go. You should perform Hajj.
Is there any responsibility that you think you already have right now after Hajj going back to the Philippines?
Responsibility?
Yeah, the sense of responsibility, like propagation of Islam or something.
Right now I want to inspire the youth. But in doing that I have to gain more knowledge. Inshallah, I will get to study more about Islam and make da'wah, inshallah.
You know, Queenie, the way you talk about Islam right now, the way you tell us briefly your stories, your experiences in Mecca, there's a lot of inspirations. You injected inspirations about Islam in these four walls, or people is going to see this video. What else can you tell them about Islam?
Islam is a way of life, and when you become a Muslim, you start to know what your purpose really is. And your purpose in this world is just to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's it. And before, I see a lot of kids my age, they are so pressured with everything from school life, from there are a lot of bullies now in school, and feeling pressure from different groups of people, and the things that teenagers experience nowadays. And a lot of them commit suicide, a lot of them have miserable lives because they don't know the purpose of their life. And I wish everyone could, Islam just changes you as a person into a good person, and I don't know how to explain.
Thank you, Queenie.